welcome to 3 Points, the Seriously Loco match preview show, where we bring you the 3 things that El Paso Locomotive FC need to do in their next match to get the win. I'm Phil Bakke, and I'm your host for today, and let's get right into it. Today, it's all about the opener. We're excited, I'm excited, you're excited, but here's the deal. We've got OKC Energy this weekend. Let's talk a little bit about OKC Energy. They're coming into El Paso. It's the first ever match at Southwest University Park, aka the SWOOP. OKC Energy last season finished 10th in the Western Conference, 43 total points, just missing the playoffs. Just barely by about 10 points. The problem with talking about last season, though, is the fact that OKC has gotten a lot better in the offseason. They have added a lot of key pieces, and we'll talk about those in a little bit. But the buildup, the tension that you feel is all bringing us to point number 1. The first point is blatantly obvious. This is the thing that will need to happen if we're looking at a successful season, and it could well decide things right from the first ever game. The first point is Omar Salgado getting off the mark in his first ever match back in El Paso. Omar touted as the big marquee signing by Locomotive, and rightly so. The guy is a first-round MLS draft pick. He's been everywhere, but he's had some issues. He's had some problems. He hasn't always gotten going in those places where he's been. And there's been some rumors, was it coaches, I'm not sure. But what I am sure about is the guy's a talent. The guy has all of the tools to be successful at this level. And this first match, I just want Omar to feed off that energy in the crowd. There's going to be tons of people there. They're all going to be willing him to seize that moment and get that first goal. If he gets off the mark in the first game, this season could be absolutely incredible. He could absolutely blow the USL out of the water. But if it takes a little bit for him to get going, it could be problematic. He has scored for fun against lower league sides in this preseason. He's yet to score against the USL Championship side in preseason. Now, I know what you're all saying. It's preseason. Phil, cool your jets. You're correct. But the problem with that is that they have demonstrated the ability to marshal him even in preseason. If he hits form, maybe he will get past those players who gave him fits in the preseason. But point number 1, if Omar scores, that puts us well on our way to 3 points. And now we have to talk about the other side for our second point. At the other end of the field, OKC have some weapons. I'm just going to say that. Deshaun Brown, added in the offseason from Tampa Bay. Didn't have the best season, but he spent time in MLS, and he has absolutely lit up the preseason regardless of the opposition. He scored a ton of goals. I'm not even going to, it's a lot. Another new addition, Cordell Cato. He's played well in the preseason as well after coming over from Phoenix Rising. They've also added a couple of weapons from France. Alexis Bussetti is an attacker who most recently was playing at Lavallois, spelled Lavallois, but I believe it's Lavallois. Anyway, I digress. They have weapons in offense. They have the ability to score. They did score. Cordell Cato and Deshaun Brown both scored against El Paso Locomotive in the preseason friendly, which OKC won 2-1. It will be absolutely vital for our defense, and this brings me to my second point. We must shut down those big weapons. Keeping a clean sheet in that first match would be such a confidence boost for this team, and understanding that they can hang at this level. They've kept clean sheets in previous games. They've actually played exceptionally defensively well against San Antonio and New Mexico. The potential to stop those weapons is absolutely there. Now it's just a matter of putting it together. I think the back line is more or less going to consist of James Kiffey at left back, Chiro Ntoko and Mishak Jerome in center back, and at right back is going to be Brian Rebellon. That's been the back line that Mark Lowry has most consistently gone with, and that has been the stalwart back line that I think we will see throughout most of the season. If those 4 can get a handle on OKC's attackers and keep them from building a lot of momentum, especially early in the game, we could see a very good performance here at Southwest University Park. And mentioning the SWUP brings me to my final point of this episode. The third point is the crowd. The crowd is the X factor in this case. It is going to be a sellout at the SWUP. Eighth Notch is going to be lit. 105 is just going to be going off the whole game, and the whole stadium needs to feed off that energy. If there is the atmosphere that I think there is, every one of those players, when it comes down to it, they're going to be, 85th minute, they're tired, they've been chasing frickin' Deshaun Brown all over the place, they're feeling it in their legs, but they come up for a corner late in the game, and best believe that Jerome and Toko, even though they've run themselves into the ground, they are going to get up and they're going to get their head on that ball because they're going to feel that energy. And so we just have to keep it going for 90 minutes. OKC hasn't played in a lot of atmospheres like they're about to experience here in El Paso. And I, for one, cannot frickin' wait. Okay, so we've talked about the 3 points. If Locomotive can do those things, it will be a comfortable win over OKC, who is a very good team. Do not want to take away from them. But I do want to say that I think we are looking at a inaugural victory for Locomotive. I'm going 2-0. Go ahead and drop your predictions in the comments. Let's talk about what you guys think is going to go down, what you guys think about OKC, and let's get excited for this home opener, this historic moment for professional soccer in El Paso. I don't know, my head's exploding. I can barely contain my excitement. I can't believe I'm talking about this. All right, 2-0. Drop your predictions in the comments below. Who do you think is going to score? Who do you think is going to get off the mark? Do you think Omar is going to get that goal? Do you think our defense is going to be able to handle the attackers on OKC? And what do you think about that atmosphere? This is just a start of a series, and I want to talk with you guys about what you guys are thinking, what you guys are talking about, who you like, who you don't like, the ups, the downs. Let's talk about it. So get into the comments. If you've enjoyed this video and you've gotten this far, please leave a like because it's just going to spread the love. Make sure you subscribe so that every time we post a video, you get notified of it. It pops up in your feed. You're able to join along in the conversation. This has been the first episode of 3 Points. I hope you guys have enjoyed. And as always, stay loco.